broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, Technology news of the week, the show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host and technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise. Our co-host Mike Raday is in studio today. Mike's an award-winning author and a human behavior expert. And our AI... what do I want to call you? AI positive man, right?
Yeah, let's call us that.
Okay,
yeah,
we're live streaming during our show.
This is opposite day.
We're live streaming on our show on 4 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch TV, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/techtimeradio. Now, we're friends from different backgrounds, but we bring the best technology show possible weekly for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Odie, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right, today on the show, we have Gwen way back with our Gadgets and Gear segment, where you got Mark Zuckerberg, Disney, and Duolingo, all in hot water and more. In addition to that, we have our standard features, including Mike's mesmerizing moment, our technology fail of the week, and a possible Nathan Nugget, more of a rant, and of course, our pick of the day whiskey tasting to see if our selected whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up by the end of the show. Now, though, it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right. Google's told to pay $425 million in a privacy lawsuit. Let's go to Lisa Walker for more on this story.
A U.S. federal court has told Google to pay $425 million for breaching users' privacy by collecting data from millions of users, even after they had turned off a tracking feature in their Google accounts. The verdict comes after a group of users brought the case claiming Google accessed users' mobile devices to collect, save, and use their data, in violation of privacy assurances in its web and app activity setting. A Google spokesperson said in response, "This decision misunderstands how our products work, and we will appeal it. Our privacy tools give people control over their data, and when they turn off personalization, we honor that choice." Back to you guys in the studio.
Do they honor that choice?
Well, the jury seems to have a different opinion. The jury in the case found the internet search giant liable on 2 of the 3 claims of privacy violations, but said that the firm had not acted with malice. Now, the attorneys that sued are obviously very pleased with the verdict, they said in the return. David Boys, an attorney for the users that sued against them, said in the class action lawsuit, Google's collection practices extend to hundreds of thousands of smartphone apps, including those for ride-hailing companies like Uber and Lyft, e-commerce giants like Alibaba, Amazon, and Meta's social networks, Instagram and Facebook. Now, Google says that when users turn off web and app activity on their accounts, businesses using the Google Analytics may still collect data about their use of sites and apps, but that this information does not identify individual users and respects their privacy choices. So let's talk about that, Mike. So it says that it's not collecting individual user data, but that it's still collecting the data, even though, so I, as a user, has gone in to the settings for the web activity, and I said I do not want to be tracked. But if I use Uber, Lyft, Alibaba, Amazon, or any of the other Meta Facebooks, Google says that it's still going to track me. It's just not going to put my username and my password or my information on what's going on. So it'll do a profile of a man over 50, blah, 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 but won't actually track my information. That's still collecting the data, though, isn't it? I mean, I said I don't want them to collect it. They're collecting it.
Sure. Why not?
Right? So should Google be able to do that? I mean, that's kind of like circumventing. I mean, that's clearly why they lost the lawsuit, right? $425 million.
Okay.
They lose.
Right, yeah.
So that can't be that they're actually doing anything.
It's funny when you come down on one side of an argument, then like 2 weeks later, you're on the other side of that argument.
Well, this is...
Wait, when was he opposing for user not having privacy?
This is just part of this greater conversation about how he's okay with China stealing our data.
Well, that's China.
And then he's yelling at you, Google, for stealing at our data.
TikTok says they're stealing your data. TikTok never hides that they're...
as long as they're being honest about it.
Yes.
Okay. I missed that part.
Okay, so if I opt out in TikTok, I have no way to opt out from them tracking me. If I use TikTok, they're tracking me.
We have known this forever, though.
Okay, we have, and we've talked about this for 6+ years.
The fact that they're finally getting busted for it, that shouldn't be a surprise.
$425 million. Now, who gets that money?
Oh, the lawyers do. The lawyers do.
I don't get any of that money. I'm not seeing any of that money. Do I have to do a class action lawsuit against them too?
If you did a class action lawsuit for Google and they won, you would get $2.
I know. I've signed up for a couple of these class action stuff, and then you know what happens is when you actually get paid from the class action, then I lose all ability to then sue them at any later time. So actually, for like the $2 you get back, then they actually get saved.
And really, is $425 million really that much for Google to pay out?
I don't know, and I don't know if they ever pay out these fines. There's no way you can stay in business with all these fines, billions and billions of dollars of fines that get paid off.
I might disagree with you on that, but hey, we'll talk about that later.
All right, sounds good. Well, guess what? Google's also very happy because separately this week, Google shares rose by more than 9% on Wednesday of last week after the U.S. federal judge ruled that it will not have to sell its Chrome web browser, but must share information with competitors. Yeah, tell me how easy that's going to be. So Google gets to keep Chrome, and now their penalty is that they have to share the users with the competitors. If I call up when I'm the Brave browser and I say, hey, I want to grab your data, do you think that Google is going to give that data away? It's going to be the easiest thing in the world. That is going to be like a lawsuit. That's going to be, well, hang on, we're going to transfer you over to customer support agent 27, and then 27 will be like, you know what, I don't have the ability to do that. Let me escalate that. Yeah, to the next manager, and that manager will be out on paternity leave, and then that person won't get back to you for 6 months, and then when they get back to you in 6 months, it'll be, oh, that person's no longer here. Now that this person came back, I'm now taking over the account, and I need to do a whole review. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Today's decision.
Today is Nathan Grumpy Day. Nathan's grumpy and Mike is less grumpy.
Nathan. He's going to go all the way to the Nathan Nugget. We'll see if we make it all the way there. I am grumpy. All right. You know what, Mike? Turn our grumpiness around with story number 2.
I don't know how this is going to turn it around, but hey, Mark Zuckerberg's back in the news, and we love it when Mark is in the news.
He's our favorite person.
Yeah,
him and Elon Musk. Actually, we have so many favorites.
Yeah, we love them all.
Bezos. Okay,
this is just one more activity of the billionaire boys club here.
Okay.
So why is Zuckerberg in the news? Well, this is coming out of Crescent Park in Silicon Valley's Palo Alto, which is considered a once quiet, neighborly enclave.
Oh, no.
I don't know why rich people think this way, but hey, Mark is snatching up properties and engaging in massive disruptive construction projects, which the folks of the neighborhood are claiming he's just finding loopholes around local zoning laws and ordinances.
That doesn't surprise me.
He has purchased 11 properties in this neighborhood in order to amass the land necessary for a massive compound.
Oh boy!
Paying out at least $110 million in the process.
You know what? I worked for a billionaire that did exactly this in Mercer Island in Washington. So this is very familiar. I know how this happens. This is just a billionaire thing.
Yep. Well, in order to do all this, he is engaged in massive disrupting construction projects, which is really bothering his neighbors.
Okay.
As a result of all this stuff, and also he has security cameras pointed at their properties.
Okay.
And security guards that harass them while they're walking on public walkways.
What? They can't do that. They can't harass them on public areas.
Well, Peter Balte, a local resident who sat on the city's review board, said members of Zuckerberg's security force confronted him while he was reviewing a potential project site from a public space.
Uh-oh.
According to Balte, A security guard questioned him while he was standing on the sidewalk, and he said, "Hey, I'm standing on the sidewalk looking at this project." And they told him, "Hey, we'd appreciate it if you could move on."
Okay.
And he said, "Well, this is a public sidewalk."
Yep. You can't shut public sidewalks down.
Yep. Well, a spokesperson for Zuckerberg assured the Times that the multi-billionaire cares about his neighbors and has remained in compliance with local rules and regulations. The facts is just otherwise.
Okay.
And
What?
top it off, this is what I love here. To top it off, in response to all his neighbors' complaints about the noise and everything, guess what he did?
What did he do? He gave them a bunch of money?
Nope. He gave them all noise-canceling headphones.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So he's causing...
That's how.
So he's causing a problem, and his solution is when people are saying it's too loud, he wants his neighbors now to walk around with headphones on all the time that are noise canceling.
Yep, that's what he did. He's a very generous guy, Mark.
Were they some knockoff version of noise canceling?
I have no idea. I don't know. It doesn't say what that is.
You know, these billionaires, when they build these complexes, this is just crazy because I did work for an individual, one of the co-founders of Microsoft. He's since passed away.
Yeah, you can say his name.
Paul Allen?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, so I worked with him, and his whole compound, he purchased many houses, and so you would enter in at a certain top of the hill, and then you would have to go all the way around. It was kind of like what do you want to say? A maze of roads that all interconnected all the houses together until you got to the big mansion. And then you would kind of loop around and go back out.
Yeah, you know what I want to see? I want to see a movie of the guy that's the holdout. He's got the one property in the middle of all these other properties.
Well, there
won't sell it.
So guess what happens? Most of the time, these billionaires will go to the city and ask for eminent domain, and they'll pay the people off to say that they need to do that. I've seen that firsthand, where somebody will have a house and they're not willing to sell it, and what'll happen is the city will intervene and come on in and say, "Hey, we really need you to do this. Here's what we're going to do. Here's your assessed value." And then normally the billionaire says, "Well, this is the assessed value. I'll pay you a little bit more," and boom, it gets happened. All right, well,
that's what Mark's up to today.
All right. Well, let me just tell you what Disney's up to. Well, Disney has to pay $10 million to settle claims it collected data on YouTube about kids that should not be. It's all about data collection. Disney will pay $10 million to settle claims by the U.S. Federal Trade Commission that it mislabeled videos for children on YouTube, which allowed the collection of kids' personal information without their consent or notification to their parents. This occurred after the entertainment giant failed to tag kid-directed videos on YouTube as made for kids. This is the easiest. We post YouTube videos all the time. There is no way if you're posting a YouTube video that you do not understand what the made for kids label is. It comes on up with instructions that you have to click away from to make sure that you're not doing this. So this is not a simple.
Yeah, but what are the chances that this was some intern doing?
No, there's no way. No. So hang on, it gets even worse. So
okay,
this was stealing the kids' information, data collection, and it's required since 2019. YouTube has had the tag for videos made for kids, MFK. When Google and YouTube paid
FML.
That's right. When Google and YouTube paid $170 million to settle claims that they violated this, which required websites, online services, and apps to notify parents and obtain parent consent before collecting personal information from children under 13, they sent out a massive email to every one of their providers. However, according to the complaint, Disney has marked all videos uploaded on YouTube as MFK at the channel's level, which has led to each video being incorrectly tagged as not made for children. So instead of doing made for children, they tagged each one of them incorrectly. Disney also failed to correctly designate child-focused content. Despite YouTube went in and alerted the entertainment giant that it has switched labels in 2020 for over 300 Disney videos, and they changed them for their not made for kids to made for kid, including some with music and visual content for the Incredibles, Coco, Toy Story, Frozen, and Mickey Mouse. So YouTube went through and manually changed 300 of them. And then continuously sent emails to Disney saying, "Hey, knock it off, do it the correct way." Well,
okay, if you're Disney,
yeah,
are you really going to have YouTube tell you what to do?
Well,
Like YouTube,
No, because
Disney be like, "Hey, Disney,
no, because Disney
you need to do something this way." Disney's like, "Hey, we own everything." No,
Disney receives a portion of the revenues that YouTube generates from the advertisings placed by Disney videos and revenues from advertising that Disney sells directly. So Disney profited off this. So what YouTube should do is go back and take that money. YouTube shouldn't be paying them out money if they're incorrectly labeling them.
yeah, you know what we should just all do?
What's that?
We should just all just give out our information to everybody,
Okay.
and then shut up.
Well, we do that. We do that with our TransUnion breaches. and everything.
It's already
Our
out there. I
medical
don't know
stuff
why
instead of-
I don't know why we keep whining about it, because it's already out there, and
So
everybody's upset about Disney doing this and YouTube doing that and Google and blah blah blah. Why don't we just either stop using the internet
okay.
or just stop complaining about it?
Okay. In the settlement, it says that it required Disney to notify parents before collecting kids' personal information and to implement a new program designed to ensure the videos posted on YouTube are designated as made for kids.
Okay, how do you do that?
I don't know. So clearly they can't follow the directions of just hitting a checkbox. It is literally a checkbox on how you post videos. They can't do that. But now, as a penalty, they're going to need to come up with a way to notify parents that if when you click on a YouTube, if somebody's under the age watching it, so now they're going to have access to your camera to see how old the person is that's watching your YouTube videos to then say, oops, you shouldn't be watching these.
Okay, Grumpy Nathan.
All right.
Put your
Jeez.
soapbox away.
All right. Well,
Let's move on.
That ends our top technology stories of the week. Moving on. I'm sure we'll have some great gadgets and gear coming on up here from Gwen Way. She's going to be joining us in our next segment. So buckle up as we drive 88 miles per hour into our next segment after this commercial break.
Looking for custom glass solutions for your next commercial project? Hartung Glass Industries is your trusted partner in custom glass fabrication. For over 100 years, Hartung has delivered proven manufacturing expertise, comprehensive product offerings, and dependable service and quality. From energy-efficient facades to custom shower doors, we create glass solutions tailored to your project needs. With 8 facilities across the U.S. and Canada, we combine national expertise with a local touch-ensuring faster service and unparalleled customer care. Hartung Glass Industries, where quality meets innovation. Visit hartungglass.com to learn more.
Hurry up, Mark.
All right, welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Our weekly show covers the top technology subjects without any political agenda. We verify the facts. We do it with a sense of humor in less than 60 minutes, and of course, with a little whiskey on the side. Today, Mark Gregoire, whiskey connoisseurs in studio. Wow, it's been like 7.5 months since I've seen you. How you doing?
Back, at least for today.
Well, I'm sure you're going to make a commitment to be on the show for the next 6 weeks in a row, right?
No.
Okay.
No,
well,
I have a life.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad
He's
you're here
secretly
today.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he wouldn't be secret about that. I think he'd just be like, yeah, I'm building a big house. All right, Mark,
Yes.
what have you chosen for us today?
Well, today is the 2024 Flavor Advent Calendar.
Okay.
We are doing 24 remarkable whiskeys to use for our year-long blind whiskey competition to see which one Nathan and Mike like best. So come along for the ride once every month while they uncover new tastes and train their senses to become true connoisseurs. Of course, listening to the show the last few weeks, I'm still not sure on Nathan.
I think that's relatively obvious.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I think I've been pretty fair.
Remus.
I didn't like that at all. I did not like that. Do I have to like everything that you send to us?
Everything good.
Okay, well. Okay, we'll keep
Well,
going.
today is the third
Yep.
and final battle in round 2, where you will choose your winner to move on to the next round, which will be the semis. If you disagree on the deciding vote. Now, today's blind battle is a clash of opposites
Uh-oh.
that actually share some surprising ground. On one side, we have a younger wine barrel aged world traveler with a softer proof, bringing bright notes and a fresh take on tradition. On the other, a bolder, older American classic with higher proof, leaning into rich depth and spice. One hails from far overseas, the other from our own backyard. Different styles, different ages, but both aiming to prove they can punch above their weight in the glass. So stay tuned to see which one wins out and advances from this round to the semis.
Okay. Well, I know that Mike and I are already on a little bit of a different opinions to start out, so we don't want Mark choosing, do we? Because he always chooses what you do. So I got to convince you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it like that, so he can choose what you do.
That's right. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Add those comments in there, and forever drink responsibly. Heaven can wait.
That's perfect. All right. I got a new tagline tonight. You're gonna have to hear.
Oh, I'm excited.
All right.
I'm excited.
Science of Tomorrow starts with
So
technology
excited.
today. All right, with our whiskey tasting completed, let's move on to our feature segment. Today we have Gwen Way joining the show. She's an expert in cybersecurity during the day and a game board geek in the evening, as well as producer of TechTime Radio, and of course our gadgets and gear gal. Let's get ready to start our Comcast video stream to start this next segment.
What's new in our gadgets and gear?
All right, welcome back to the show. Gwen, tell us a little bit about yourself for new listeners.
Well, with over a quarter of a century in technology experience, I've seen everything from Windows 98 all the way up through 11. So here we go.
Here we go. Okay. Well, glad to have you a part of our group. Gwen, I think I was looking back. So we've known each other for like 10 plus years, 12 plus years. I mean, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
That's fantastic. You know what? Nothing's better than knowing Gwen. It makes me so excited. You know what? I'll tell you, I was at her wedding, and of all the weddings I've ever attended in my life, her wedding was the best.
It was.
She did it at a zoo.
She did it at a zoo.
She did it at a
we
zoo.
know this story like 80 times.
You've heard this, haven't you?
Yes.
It is not changing my opinion. It was the best wedding that I've ever been to. All right, Gwen. Well, let's talk about.
I hope your children don't hear this.
I told them both. I told them both right in front of them.
Okay,
And I said that they both
at their weddings.
Yes.
Like, hey,
your wedding.
I'm glad
sucks.
you got.
Your wedding sucks. If you would have
This
been
is
good.
cool and all, but let me talk for a minute.
You should have did like Gwen did and had it at a zoo.
All right, Gwen, tell us a little bit about your project.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one for this month. It is a dash cam, which makes a certain amount of sense as we go back to school and have older children driving. We want to keep an eye on them, don't we?
We sure do. Absolutely. I do have a dash cam in my car right now, so I got to see if this is one that will make me change.
Oh,
what's that?
never mind.
What's the matter?
I was under the impression that Washington doesn't let you use dash cams.
Well, I don't think you're supposed to record.
No, that's not what it was at all. If you were paying attention.
I'm too poor to pay attention. What are you
if
talking
it's
about?
blocking your field of sight.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank
Odie.
you.
Thank you, Odie.
So
All
it
right.
has to be not huge.
Yes.
Exactly.
You can't be
I
blocking.
can't have a huge video cam.
No, you can't have a huge video cam. Okay, well, tell us about this product, where we can find out more information about it, and what's great about this. I'm sure it's probably infrared and everything else. Tell us.
It is, in fact. So this dash cam is on Kickstarter. The name of the project is VisTrak, V-I-S for vision, T-R-A-K. And it is touting itself as the smallest 4-channel dash cam with night vision. So basically what this does is it not only records in 2K in front of you, it's got 180p on both sides and the rear, and includes a night cam so that you can keep track of everything at night.
Okay, all right. So it's the VisTrak. Now, what are the features of it that make it better than a standard dash cam? Because I have a standard dash cam. What features on here make this so much different than the other dash cams?
Well, there are a couple of different
It's
things.
got a cool name.
It does have a cool
It does
name.
have a cool name. It's also smaller than most dash cams, so you get around the whole, it's too big for Washington State. It's got the 4 channels all built in, including the night vision. The side cameras actually will rotate, so you're able to see the entire 180 degrees on both sides, and you can loop recordings if you need to. Those are all pretty big things. You also have Wi-Fi controls, so you can set it up when you get home.
All right. Well, tell me the stats of this. Tell me how many backers, where the company's located, how many pledges, and the unit cost.
Yep. So it is out of Santa Clara, California. There are currently 484 backers with about a week to go, and they have brought in $46,000 at this point.
Okay. So now we talked about this a little bit at the production meeting, and I've done some research on this company. I now many things on Kickstarter you need to be careful of, right? So you got to be careful of things on Kickstarter. I'm not feeling very comfortable with this item as backing. So I've been fooled before on Kickstarter, and this has me a bit concerned.
How many times?
Probably 3 or 4 times that I've actually found
that 3 or 4.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's been like well,
you know what? Maybe overall it's been maybe 10 throughout the whole time of my type of deal. Sometimes
only 10.
So and sometimes I can get it back. Sometimes I can get it back by the credit card company.
He just wants to look good.
No. So let me ask you this. So here's my first thing. I'm looking at it and the red flags start picking up. So I watched the video, right? The video that's on there, and the video has some stock image footage in it. So I don't like stock footage. When I see it in there, I see people walking around, and I see big aerial shots of a city, and those are all free video clips that you can grab on the internet.
B-roll?
Yeah, so it's B-roll that is like high-end B-roll. So that's my first thing.
The problem is that almost the entire video is B-roll.
It is. So it all looks B-roll. I see just the device on there a couple times, and the device that I see is kind of a little bit of a blurry version of this. The close-up version that they have, like the still shot of this, looks like it's been imposed with a much nicer device than the one I see. My next thing that goes up for the flags is that it only needed $1,000 as a goal. So Kickstarters, normally when you do this, so the VistaTrack, if this is a brand new camera, you're telling me that as soon as $1,000 is raised, you're willing to build this type of device? So that scares me immensely, because normally the pledge goals are $5,000 at least that I get. Yeah. $10,000.
It's a hustle.
So this gives me a little bit of concern. And then, Gwen, help me out here. I go and I take a look at the comments, right? So there's 22 comments on here. And when I look at it, I see the creator responding. And then what I see is, this person has canceled their pledge. Then I see a question in there, and I says, this person has canceled their pledge. And then I go on in here and says, this person has canceled his pledge. I'm scrolling through on the main site right now, just scrolling down actively. And I see at least 10 people that at one time had pledged money for this project that have pulled it back. Because what can happen before the item closes? What are you allowed to do as a Kickstarter? Tell everybody.
You're able to actually back out your pledge and cancel it. But you cannot do that officially after it's completed. So
now I've seen all these people that are deserting the pledge numbers. I don't know if the pledge numbers go down or up after they've pledged the money and they cancel. I don't know that system of how it worked. I actually spent a lot of time trying to find that out through an AI search and through just viewing the terms and conditions with Kickstarter, and it doesn't say what happens with that. So it makes me have some concern about that also. The FAQ is not, it looks like, is it difficult to install? It talks about this back camera, which is a cable.
Or maybe I should be wearing my don't click on stuff hat.
So
that is absolutely the hat you should be wearing.
Should I be comfortable?
Spoiler.
Okay, should I be comfortable with this device, or should I have some warning flags? Tell us, what should I be doing when I look at all this stuff?
Personally, I think that this particular product is full of warning flags. Okay. Everybody should be taking note of the things that Nathan has mentioned, because these are good things to keep an eye on if you're just kind of wandering around Kickstarter looking at different products. You want to make sure that you don't see a lot of this creator has canceled their pledge in the comments. You want to make sure that when they're actually giving you a video, it's a video of the product as it appears in the Kickstarter and is not mostly B-roll. Everybody who's actually making these products, what they generally will do is make 1 or 2 proof of concepts. And those proof of concept pieces are what they use in the videos, so that you could actually see what the project is going to end up looking like and what it's going to do. Obviously, there are some tweaks that go on during the manufacturing process, but it should be fairly similar between plan and video.
Okay, so this is actually an educational piece for everybody that's listening. So this Kickstarter project is called what again, Gwen?
It's called VizTrack, VISTRAK.
Otherwise known as don't get this one.
Exactly. I fully support everybody actually going to Kickstarter, though, taking a look at it and kind of seeing some of the warning signs that we touched on today, just to educate yourself going forward so that you can pick the best and brightest projects that you want to purchase.
All right. So we always ask this question. Are you going to be getting a unit?
I am not.
All
Definitely
right.
not.
And I don't think I will be either. All right.
Yeah.
Gwen, thank you so much. Tell everybody a little bit about how they can connect with you if they want to submit a gadget to you. Where would they go and say, hey, Gwen, I found this great gadget. How can they submit that to you?
Best place to do that is actually on Mr. Zuckerberg's Facebook, since we were talking about him earlier. You can go there and find the TechTime group and send me a message there.
All right, perfect. Gwen, thank you so much. What did you think of that, Mike?
Well, what? About the thing or the Zuckerberg thing?
Well, not the Zuckerberg thing. About this unit. Would you like one of these units?
No, I don't have one in my. I don't have one.
I don't want one. Okay.
I don't want one.
All right.
I don't need one.
Okay. Well, we thank Gwen so much for being a part of the show. She does a great job of finding the most unique items each month for our show. This item was really unique and a great concept. But we actually spent the time to show you warning signs of what to stay away from.
Maybe I should get one for my motorcycle.
Oh, there you go. All right, now let's move on to Mike's mesmerizing moment.
Welcome to Mike's mesmerizing moment. What does Mike have to say today?
All right, Grumpy Nathan says, Mike, why do we have so many companies paying out lawsuits? Is it the nature for humans to sue all the time now?
Wow, that's a really complicated question.
Well,
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. If you have not lived under a rock here in America, lawsuits are crazy. That's a whole industry in and of itself. Okay. We have been doing it since the McDonald's thing.
The hot coffee.
The hot coffee at McDonald's. Okay. Secondly, why are they paying out fines? Well, they have to. It's part of a legal judgment. But there's probably a little bit of an additional thing here, because you would think that it would teach them to be better.
Yeah.
But actually, the fines don't amount to much in the greater pot that they're pulling from. So would you rather, if you were an owner of this big business, right?
Yeah.
And you were making oodles of money, but you were doing things wrong, and people took you to court and you had to pay a fine that is much less than what you would have to do to actually change your business strategy, what would you do?
I guess you'd pay the fine, wouldn't you? This goes all the way back to the car manufacturing when they had that blinker issue in Ford and stuff like that. Remember, they knew that this blinker issue could cause an issue, and they said, we'll just wait and pay the fines because it's much easier than repairing it.
It's much easier to pay the fines than to repair the problem. So, yeah, I think that's pretty well known.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
We just like to sue people.
We like to sue people. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna go down and sue somebody randomly later on today.
Okay.
We know that is pretty standard for the U.S. Do we think that also applies to like the EU and other countries around the world?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Depends on how they monitor and manage their government and business.
Not in Italy. Italy, they'll just off you in the middle of the corner if you start complaining,
but
right?
For example, privacy laws are so much more strict over in the EU.
Especially GDP.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that they could get away with like, oh, here's just a couple chum change for you guys?
I think they might, because as the globalization of capitalism continues, we'll see a lot more of this stuff going on in other countries, especially as they move towards a society that's built off of this.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Mike, thank you so much for your
you sound really mesmerized. Are you excited about that?
You know what? I was mesmerized, Mike. Even though I knew that Americans are so happy.
You've only been up for a couple of hours, so
Wow. All right. Thank you for your mesmerizing moment. Up next, we have This Week in Technology. So now would be a great time to enjoy. He's making fun of your sleeping habits. A little whiskey on the side, as we'll be doing so during the break. You're listening to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm. See you in a few minutes.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm
like
the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You know you butcher the English
Okay,
language
so it's
all the time.
It's Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to Patreon.com and help us out.
And you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook, too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And that's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social media.
Like us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, we're going back to September 14th, 1956. The IBM 350 disk storage unit, Model 1, was released. Now, the IBM 350 disk storage unit was announced, which was the first commercial storage unit to use a magnetic disk for storage. The technology behind the hard drive was established because of the 350 disk storage unit. About the size of 2 refrigerators and weighing in at 1 ton, the 350 could be stored for about 4 to 5 megabytes of data at a time, depending on how it was calculated. Now, the 350 would be an integral part of the IBM RAMAC 305 computer, which would be introduced 9 days later on September 13th. The RAMAC 305 and the 350 disk storage unit were designed to replace the punch card tube file system that was the primary means of storing repetitive access data previously. Now, that was This Week in Technology. If you ever wanted to watch some tech time history of over 260 plus weekly broadcasts spanning our 4+ years on video, podcasts, and blog information, you can visit us at techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we have the Mark Mumble Whiskey Review. See you after this.
How to See a Man About a Dog. It combines darkly comic short stories, powerful poems, and pulp fiction prose to create a heartbreaking and hilarious journey readers will not soon forget. Read How to See a Man About a Dog, collected writings, for free with Kindle Unlimited. Ebook available on Kindle, print copies available on Amazon The Bookpository, and more.
The segment we've been waiting all week for. Mark's Whiskey Mumble.
Mark keeps bashing my chair.
Uh-oh.
I'm just so excited to be here.
We're excited to see you.
He's missed you.
Let's see.
I guess.
So celebrating today, September 9th. What a day.
Yes.
National
What?
When Pigs Can Fly Day.
Oh, you know what?
No, what do I know?
I think you've had this on before.
No, I looked it up.
Are you sure?
I thought so too. We had flying cow before.
Oh, it was a flying cow.
Not
okay.
flying pig.
Not flying pig. Okay.
We love our national days of flying animals.
Okay. Or tell me more.
Now, this is a once-a-year reminder that the impossible actually does happen. Some call it hope. Others call it a miracle. We call it a Tuesday at TechTime Radio. Because if pigs can fly, then you better believe your gadgets can crash, your whiskey glass can refill itself, and Nathan and Mike might finally agree and be right about something.
Oh, wow. I don't know about that still.
I just felt a backhanded compliment.
That was. Like you're right about something. Okay.
Now, since it's National When Pigs Can Fly Day, and honestly, pigs flying...
Who created this holiday?
Maybe, shouldn't it be National Impossible Day or National...
Pigs Can Fly Day. Who's the guy that writes in and says, we're going to create this day, National...
If you would let Mark finish, he'll give you the history.
Okay. I not do the history.
You know what it is?
That's
the guy where they're coming up with days to talk about. He's the one that's in the corner going, yeah, when pigs fly, that'll happen.
And then they all say
they go, hey, we need to make a day out of that.
Okay, all right.
I do believe it's a recent national holiday.
It's a recent one?
Correct.
Okay.
Now,
did the Trump administration put it in?
No.
Everybody laughed.
Now,
about that,
with National Pigs Can
how
Fly
the Biden
Day,
administration?
honestly, Nathan,
Yes.
pigs flying might make more sense than these bottles going head to head.
Okay.
On one side, straight out of Australia, we have Starward Nova, the young world traveler strutting in a wine barrel.
Actually, I have a bottle of that up on my deal. Okay.
In the other corner, from Vermont, the Big Boulder Bruiser, Nathan's favorite, Whistle Pig Piggyback Bourbon.
Oh, I hate Whistle Pig.
You do.
I hate Whistle Pig.
And you like both of these.
And I liked both of these. I'm not a big Whistle Pig fan, so I hope that it's not Whistle Pig.
I guess the blind taste test doesn't work on you real well.
No, there's one here that I finished. I was very happy to finish.
Now,
And there's
what's
one here that I'm
interesting
struggling
is
with.
This is
Yeah,
the
that's the
third
Whistle
time.
Pig.
You think so?
No, this is the second time we've done Whistle Pig. You hated it last time, and I picked it with Mike.
You did.
Yeah, that's the Whistle Pig you're liking right there,
That's
buddy.
exactly why that's there. That's exactly why that's there.
So let's
I
remind
got
the
it.
viewers about these two. The Starward Nova Single Malt.
Was
it's
fantastic.
from New World Distillery in Australia. It's aged 3 years, 82 proof, 100% malted barley, but aged in wine barrels, $40. The Whistle Pig Piggyback Bourbon is from Vermont. It's 6 years, 100 proof, mash bills undisclosed, and it's $57.
All right.
So you're liking the Whistle Pig, huh?
You think? I don't know. I don't think it's the Whistle Pig that I
Yes,
liked.
it's the Whistle Pig.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know. All right.
Yes, because I can taste the wine in the other one.
Oh, you can taste the wine in the other one? This one has wine in it?
Yeah, it was aged in wine barrels, dude.
All I'm going to say is there's a big question mark.
Huh.
Which one of the two is becoming a connoisseur? Because they're quite a bit different opinions.
All right. Okay. Well,
Where's your money, Odie?
On who's becoming a connoisseur?
Yes.
Oh, Mike.
Okay. We will
Is that
see.
even a test?
Stay tuned till the end.
oh, maybe.
Nathan doesn't even know what he does and doesn't like. Like,
Wow. Well,
But we
thanks.
love Nathan.
Thanks.
I'm not hating.
I get you. Thanks for
Yeah,
calling
well,
it
that's because we
out.
love to hate on him.
That's right. Whiskey and technology are such a great pairing, like the NFL start of the season and fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
That's-
That was a good pairing.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah,
So-
that just
Unlike
came
your
about because
Wait
of
a
his
minute.
Facebook post.
Odie,
the
are
other
you
day.
any fantasy football
No,
leagues?
you know, I thought
Mike?
about getting
No.
into it this year, though.
Mike is a no. I'm a no. I don't know if that was a good pairing for this group.
really?
There's three out of four.
I'm in
Wait,
20. I'm in 25 different leagues.
Yeah,
So
no,
I make up for
everybody
most
knows.
people are in 3 to 4 leagues.
Okay,
so
right.
I make up for all of you guys.
Yeah,
Right,
you talk.
okay.
You talk about this as much as you talk about Gwen's wedding.
That's right. That's right. You know what? You should always have a wedding at a freaking zoo. All right.
Where you do fantasy football.
That's right. Okay. Well, you know what? Now let's move on to prepare for our technology fail of the week.
Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh, I failed, did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right. This week, our technology fail comes to us from Duolingo, the language learning app that now just might be running on all AI. Duolingo, the language learning app, apologized in an X post for calling author J.K. Rowling mean in a German lesson. They issued an apology that said, "We apologize for the offensive that was caused, and we will remove this content from the app," Duolingo said in response to an August 19th X post from Gabby Koppel, a writer and TV producer, who said she was learning German and came across the sentence that says, "Yes, I like Harry Potter, but the author is mean."
Isn't she mean?
I don't know. Is the author mean for
Odie's
I
nodding her head.
I can use uglier words, but yeah, we can go with that.
Depend on your worldview.
It depends on your
So
worldview.
I bet half our viewers out there think she's mean and horrible.
Yeah.
And the other half think she's bold and truthful.
Okay, I don't understand why we're having to apologize for using the term mean.
Mean?
Why
because-
are we apologizing for calling somebody mean?
So I guess we're in a very sensitive world right now,
Right.
Mike.
Oh, that's
so
why.
I just watched Space Jam last night
Oh my God.
with my nephews and everything. And let me just tell
Yeah,
you,
you're mean.
I'll just tell you, if I watch that and then I see some of the things that they said, they called people stupid. They called there was Moron Mountain. Is where they're at. If you look at some of that type of stuff, and I could see through the young eyes looking at it, as those were like bad words, and no one's a moron, and everybody's good. So we have, as a society, changed mean before I would have had no problems with that. My teachers
that's because when we were growing up, it was like if we said, "Hey, that person's mean to me," somebody would be like, "Shut up."
Yeah. And
Get over it.
Yeah. But you know what? I think we're a little bit more sensitive now. And I guess somebody complained about her being mean. And I think that mean part could have been.
I'm just really divided on this because it's AI doing this.
Can I?
So that is correct because Duolingo replaced everybody. So this goes back to AI in a solution. Yes, Odie.
And to add on top of that, before Duolingo did this, they were in social media wise, they were like the #1 company to run their social media page.
Yep.
And then they
jokes and they had funny things.
They were just on top of it regardless, and their views were great and blah blah blah, and they were just doing well as a company. And then they introduced this AI BS, and it's just kind of like
they laid off 50% of their staff.
Yeah.
And now AI, the CEO has said that the apps would replace human contractors with artificial intelligence for the language application.
See,
so this is proof.
This is really hard for me right now.
Why is that?
Why?
Because they did this thing with AI, and the AI has caused a stir where people are having to get them to apologize for what the AI does.
Yeah.
And I think that's just funny.
You think that's funny? Yeah. So because they had AI, and then probably went on out there and made the assessment that the author of Harry Potter was mean. And so they put it in the AI translations. And now people in the press have to come on out and apologize with Duolingo.
On behalf of a robot.
On behalf of a robot for the content that the AI created.
A person would have never done.
Yes. So
they would have never said that she's mean?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think you put that in there.
An employee, yes. But as a translating, app, no. At what point do you mention, oh, yeah, this author is mean?
I don't know.
AI is weird.
My point that I don't understand is why this was even in Duolingo to start with. It's not a phrase I don't want to use. I want to say, where's the restroom? How do I find a sausage in this town?
Dos cervezas.
In German. I mean, I want to learn German when I go around there. I don't want to talk to somebody about the Harry Potter books.
Okay. Well, I guess they're
Mark,
trying.
You're old.
He is old, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Where do I find the best beer?
That's like dos cervezas. That's two beers in Spanish. I mean, I know I can ask for a beer in, I think, 15 different languages.
Nobody is surprised by that.
That is the most important thing. When you travel internationally, there's like 3
That's
things
the most important, right?
Yeah. You need the baño or the bathroom. You need the bathroom, right? You need to know where beer is, and you normally need to know hotel. That's all you need. It's like, where's beer? Where's the bathroom?
Yes, thank you very much. Hotel? This is the American viewpoint of Nathan here.
I don't disagree, though. When you're traveling,
no, but that being the 3 most important ones, I would have a problem with that.
All right. Well,
what would be your 3 questions, Mike?
Hello, how are you?
Damn it! He puts a good point.
How are you? Why do you even care? Why do you care about the person you're talking to?
No, when you
that's horrible.
You gotta be polite, Mike.
God, that's such an American way of thinking, Nathan.
That's the Nathan's way. That's Nathan Land.
I'm embarrassed.
That's why when you go to Nathan Land, you just walk in and they give you a beer. They don't even say hello.
They give you 2 beers.
They give you 2 beers. You know what? If Nathan Land had an entrance of 2 beers, Nathan Land would be full with many people.
I hadn't seen Nathan in a few weeks. I got sucked in.
Did you?
From my love. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, guess what?
Maybe this should be an I Told You So segment.
We're now moving into the Nathan Nugget.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
All right, don't go anywhere, anybody. Let me talk to you about something that's bugging the heck out of me. I just paid for the NFL Red Zone.
Okay, grumpy Nathan.
All right, this is why I think I've been grumpy. And for the first week of the NFL games, guess what? Their Red Zone used to come in. Their entry line was this: welcome to 7 hours of nonstop football, commercial free. Well, guess what? I paid for a service. I pay for a service to get the NFL Red Zone. I pay for a service, and it has commercials. I did not pay to get commercials on my NFL Red Zone. That is not what I'm paying for. I pay for a premium product for the NFL Red Zone to watch all the games at the same time so that I could watch every touchdown, not having an ad pop on up and saying you can buy this, you can do this, not a commercial break happening when there's a stoppage of play. None of that should happen. When there's a stoppage of play and nothing is on in the red zone, what they did previously every single freaking year is they would go back to a replay or they go into a commentation about, hey, well, will be Bill Belichick's doing this or this person's doing this. And I enjoyed the downtime and Scott Hansen telling me a factual information from his crew of 3 or 4 people in the background that are popping him information to talk about for the conversation. I'm not paying a premium service to have commercials.
Hey, Nathan. Why are you not getting hot under the collar when we reported about this in other streaming services?
Well, let me just tell you, because I've been all over this, right, Odie? Come on. Now I've been.
I'm not even a subscriber of this or anything.
Are you, Mike?
But I see your point of view. Because that's their whole thing. You won't miss a second of
football.
Air. Yeah.
Are you a subscriber, Mike?
No.
And neither am I. So once again, single person's problem.
I'm just saying that Nathan's really hot under collar about this, but when we talk about when Hulu does it or when
I hate all of that.
He doesn't get as upset about that.
No, because he does have a crash out. It's just not on air about it.
So Mike, from a psychological perspective, is this a third world problem?
No, this is
a first world problem.
No, this is a fantasy football problem. How can I grab
Nathan
a player
Land problem
quicker than anybody else if the red zone is not showing me live content?
All right. We've already talked about this. We know this is going to happen, and I think the funny part about this is that you're Mr. Capitalist over here. You love making money and doing things and things like that.
Yeah.
This is a capitalist strategy.
Yeah.
They're going to hook you in by giving you a premium service where it has no commercials. And then when everybody does that and they need to make more money, they're going to add commercials in there. So you have to buy the next step up premium.
But there is no next step up.
It's coming. It's coming.
But
there's going to be a premium plus.
Why do I would pay.
And you're going to pay.
I would pay for the
to
premium
get rid
plus,
of the commercials.
Plus.
And then that's what's going to happen.
So you're not gonna bunker down and.
Oh, I already complained. I wrote like 5 emails, all with different email addresses that I have.
And then
okay.
The secondary.
So it's not 5 from the same person. Okay,
No.
I like that.
You
Yeah,
like that. See,
it's like multiple people are having this issue.
Exactly.
Is your name in all of them?
Was that?
Is your name in all of them?
Nathan's in all of them.
Okay.
The secondary problem to this. The secondary problem to this is that we can't get enough of a following because we have so many things to worry about in today's society. We can't get enough of a following to like boycott this type of behavior.
Yeah.
So everybody just does it.
Yeah. Do you have the will to just quit this?
No,
because
it's just like a drug to me.
That's right.
This and Rockstar are the two things that I will not get rid of.
Admitting is the first step to healing, buddy.
Is it?
All right, Odie. Play the music.
All right, let's go to our whiskey pick for the day. Wow. Mark.
You can either play the intro of the whiskey or violin music, whichever one.
Violin music?
Violin.
Oh, violin music.
The tiny little violin.
Right.
My heart bleeds for you.
I'm definitely gonna add that.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
Yes, let's see what.
All right, gentlemen, we have the Starward Nova Single Malt, and we have the Whistle Pig Piggyback Bourbon. What is your choice, Nathan?
Oh, no. I'm so worried that I may choose the Whistle Pig, but I am still going to stay. I absolutely liked the Glencairn bottle. Is that what it is? Yep.
Mike, which one did you choose?
I like both of them, but today I really enjoyed the Starward Nova.
So you're saying that's in the beer
beer glass.
So Mike is correct. Mike's palate is on tune.
Oh, no.
However, Nathan will be winning this round because for me, since you guys are split, the Whistle Pig is the better of the two.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that because the Whistle Pig is
Nathan's
really good
palate
too.
Getting better?
No,
because he picked the right one.
Okay,
I don't
but
know.
if anything, this proves that he doesn't even know his palate because he's given this a thumbs down before, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
multiple times, I think.
So now
you understand? There's clues here.
Right, but
he knows how to say "Where's my beer" in like 50 languages.
But can one argue that because he's not cleansing his palate in between sips, that he's just making a bad decision? Have you thought about that?
No. But that sounds like a great idea.
We'll see what he does in the next round with Whistle Pig. I will say, I got to let our viewers know, and for Mike, that the Starward Nova single malt, I did not pick it because it was bad. It's 100% malted barley, and our regular listeners know I do not drink malted barley heavy drinks. So it didn't hit my flavor palette. So it never had a chance in this one for me, regardless of how it is. But Starward is known for very good single malts with unique finishes.
Yeah, see, I don't know what it was today, but I think I didn't choose this one before, but today that flavor profile really worked for me.
Just worked.
And Odie, to go to your point, I put these two up against because I wanted Nathan to choose one because he's always said he hates Whistle Pig.
Right.
And the other one is finished in wine barrels, and he hates wine, and he hates anything finished in wine too. And he's always bagged on that.
So it's like the lesser of two evils. Really.
All right, team, we're about out of time.
Yeah, this was a get Nathan one. A little bit.
We thank our listeners for joining the program. Listeners, we want to hear from you. Visit techtimeradio.com and click on the Be a Caller to ask a technology question in our talkback recording system. It was an honor to be a host of today's show. Each week, we're here to decode the technology that shapes your world, one breach, breakthrough, and bourbon at a time.
Wow.
See you next week.
Later. Oh, is that your new tag?
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, Mumm's the word. Have a safe and fantastic week. And fantastic week.